Hi everyone, I am going to get ready today. I will be doing my hair, curling it, and using some new products, so stay tuned to see what I use. I'm going to start off with the new Dominique Cosmetics Ultra Hydrating Complexion Primer. I believe this is a collaboration with JD Wadey. I am loving this primer because it is super hydrating and it smells like cucumber, so it gives like a spa-like effect when applying. I'm also going to use a Smashbox Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. This is going in my T-zone to blur any pores I may have. Next, for an extra boost of hydration, I'm going to use the Ultra Hydrating Fine Mist by Dominique Cosmetics as well. Now for my foundation, I'm going to use a Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer by ColourPop, but I ended up making my own concoction by adding a half a pump of the Fenty foundation for a little extra coverage. It's that time of the month, so my forehead was breaking out just a wee bit. I am going to blend everything out with this foundation brush by Rare Beauty. I am going to use some products by them, so stay tuned to see what I like and don't like so far. I am loving this foundation brush because it does a very good job at blending. Here I'm using the CoverGirl True Blend Uncover Concealer. I ended up adding a little too much, so I'm using a beauty sponge to blend it out and pick up any excess product. Now I'm going to use the Rare Beauty concealer brush to blend out my inner corners. I left a little bit of concealer there. It's the exact same brush as the foundation brush, just way smaller. And I really liked the foundation brush, so I wanted to also use this since I have it. And it did a very good job at blending it out. I really like it. Here I'm using the matte setting powder by Cover FX. I love this stuff. It does such a good job at blurring everything, especially under the eyes. I'm going to be applying it with my Tati Beauty puff sponge thing. I don't know, I forgot the name, but this is so good. I love how it applies powders and creams to the face. It's a very good tool to have for any touch-ups throughout the day. After setting my under eyes, I'm going to grab a large powder brush and just dust away any excess powder under the eyes and set other areas on my face as well. I didn't set my cheeks though because I knew I was going to use a cream bronzer. So this cream bronzer is by Chanel. I do not know how to pronounce the name, but I will leave it here. And I'm just going to use the same foundation brush by Rare Beauty to blend out that cream bronzer. It did a very good job at blending my foundation, and I wanted to keep using it. I'm going to set the rest of my face with the Skin Perfecting Micro Powder by Charlotte Tilbury. This was not the best idea though because I forgot that the highlighter and blush I was going to use were a liquid formula. For my eyebrows, I'm using the Precisely My Brow Pencil by Benefit Cosmetics. I filled them in off camera, so here's a little bit of editing magic. With my Urban Decay Brow Blade, I'm going to draw some hair-like strokes on my brows with the ink stained side of the pencil. So this is when things start to get a little funky. I forgot to apply all my other cheek products before setting my face. I am using the Hourglass Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. I don't usually do this. I usually finish my base before setting, but oh well. And I did prime with the P. Louise base. I low-key think I was just so excited to just play with this new palette I got in the mail today. That's why I rushed through my base. Here I have the new NIKKI Tutorials and BEAUTYBAY collaboration. It's a pressed pigment palette and it's so stunning. I honestly bought it for the glitters. I love anything shiny and shimmery. So first I went in with the shade Basic Trut to set the base. My goal is to create a natural look with this colorful palette, but I know myself, once I see glitter, I just want to put it on my eyelids. I'm going to take this fluffy round blending brush and apply the shade Zomer to the crease. As you can see, I quickly learned that this shade is very pigmented. I'm going to grab another brush and use the shade Basic Trut, the one I used earlier, to just help blend out Zomer and give it a beautiful gradient. I'm also going to use this random business card I have to help create a very winged out eyeshadow look. I'll be using these three brushes to add and blend any shadows on the eyelid. This is when I realized I forgot to add the blush. I was thinking that this shadow goes very good with this blush, but I completely forgot to put it on. I will be putting it on later in the video, but I already set my face and everything, but I'm hoping it won't disturb my foundation or anything. I'm going to do the exact same thing to the other eye, add those two shades, Basic Trut and Zomer. Now I'm going to use a smaller blending brush, the one with the black bristles, to apply the shade Mila. It's a very warm brown shade. I'm going to apply it to the outer corners and just under the crease, not as high as Zomer. It's looking a little too pink, so I'm hoping it will help tone it down. I dipped my brush into the shade 5 a.m. It is a deeper brown shade, kind of like a chocolatey brown. I really like it. I'm going to put that in the inner corners to help deepen up the look. Now you're just going to see me blending. I'm going to be adding color or blending it to make sure it all looks seamless and smooth. Again, I'm just going back and forth between Zomer, Mila, and 5 a.m. I swatched this shade Aura. It's like a bright peachy coral with gold reflex, and I needed it on my eyelids. I'm going to add the smallest amount of the shade Mr. Tutorials to the outer corners where those brownie shades are. It's this beautiful hazel green. I wanted it to not look too pink, so I added this to kind of tone it down. And again, I'm just going to be going back and forth between Aura and Mr. Tutorials to make sure I have a nice balance of both. I am also going to add the shades Mila, 5 a.m. and Mr. Tutorials to the bottom lash area. Mr. Tutorials is such a beautiful color. I like how it brings out the brown in my eyes. I'm going to use Tarte Fake Awake. It's a nude eyeliner. I'm going to use it in the waterline to open up the eyes. And I'm going to draw a wing with the MAC liquid eyeliner in brown. I forgot to show the bronzer I used, and it's this one right here by Physicians Formula. I'm using the shade Deep Bronze and applying that to the forehead, cheeks, and jawline. Now I'm finally going to use the Soft Pinch Dewy Liquid Blush in the shade Joy. This is the Dewy formula, and I'm going to apply that with the foundation brush I used earlier. I've heard this is very pigmented, so I'm hoping that the foundation residue on my brush will help tone it down. It is blending very well considering I already set my face with powder and all that good stuff. I'm grabbing my beauty sponge to make it look like skin and like I'm just naturally blushing. I'm going to bake on my cheeks just to clean up my bronzer to make it look nice and sharp and not messy. While that is baking, I'm going to set the brows with this 24-hour brow setter by Benefit Cosmetics. So this is where I start to have issues. I'm using the Positive Light Liquid Luminizer in the shade Mesmerize by Rare Beauty. And it's a beautiful shade. It's so gorgeous and glowy, but it just wasn't working. This is the third time I've used it, and only one out of those 3 times I actually liked it. I'm using a brush and my fingertip to blend it into the cheekbone, but it just started lifting my foundation. I was getting a little annoyed. The one time I used it, I was only wearing SPF, and I wanted to add a little glow to my face. But the last 2 times I used it with foundation, and I'm not liking it. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt though, since I did set my face. I'm going to give it another try, but I don't know. As you can see here, it just removed a big chunk of my makeup. I am not liking it. I mean, the blush didn't do that, and it's also a liquid formula, so why is the luminizer doing it? Now I'm going to attempt to hide that big chunk of skin peeking through with a powder highlighter by MAC in Soft and Gentle. So once again, I am not liking the liquid luminizer over foundation, but I am liking it with SPF. Almost done here. I'm going to line the lips with my MAC lip liner in Strip Down, and I'm going to use this Lip Souffle lip cream by Rare Beauty in the shade Brave. It's a beautiful muted terracotta nude. I love this formula. I am definitely getting more. Now that I'm all done with my makeup, I'm going to curl my hair. I'm going to use Hot Toddy. This is a heat protectant mist, and Living Proof Instant Defrizzer for softness and shine. I am also using my T3 curling iron with the 1.5-inch barrel for these loose, bouncy waves. I'm going to run my fingers through my hair just to make it look not so perfect. I want it to look natural and like my hair is naturally wavy. Alright everyone, if you stayed to the end, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed getting ready with me. Please like and comment and consider subscribing. I will leave a photo of the final look at the end. Thank you!